So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the greatest Watch Market Update Show. I am your host, the Big Boss. That is my name, and I only answer to the name, the Big Boss. Just to let all of you know so you guys don't make any mistakes, my name is the Big Boss. Sweet Kate Kino's here today with me. We have an unbelievable Watch Market Update Show prepared for all of you, ladies and gentlemen. For all of you. We have a special Watch Market Update for some of our recovering tomato cans. They're asking for these watch prices, and we have them for you guys as well today, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, this is my sponsor. They sponsor me always, ladies and gentlemen, for free. I do the sponsorship for free for them, for free. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the only public service watch announcement channel on the internet. On the internet. So we want you to know that we're very, very grateful that we have them, supporting us. Supporting us with what we do. And ladies and gentlemen, I have so many things that I would like to share with you people today that I'm just gonna tell you right now off the bat because I'm stupid like that. I'm stupid like that, and I have to. I first want to, because I'm stupid like that. First, I want to salute the United States Armed Forces. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving them all the glory of the United States. Eh, Army, Navy, Air Force. You know what I'm talking about? Coast Guards, people that are planning to become soldiers. My respect to them. In honor of them, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do something because I want you to see how I feel today, how patriótico, patriótico, help me with the word, patriótico, patriótico, I'm going to show you how patriótico I feel today. Kino, dame acá eso. Hold on, guys. Dame acá, Kino. Dame acá. Dame acá el casco de G.I. Joe de Vietnam, del tío tuyo. Dame acá. ¿Cómo me queda? Bien. In honor of them, ladies and gentlemen, in honor of them, I'm wearing this, ladies and gentlemen, like the Air Force. Those pilots, they were flying around over there, those young pilots, they're unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know this, those young pilots are underpaid. Those F-22 Raptors, with the rocket chasers chasing them, and they're flying in the plane. This is not Top Gun. This is for real, ladies and gentlemen. This is not Top Gun. This is for real, ladies and gentlemen. These people are flying and they're chasing the rockets, and you should see the way they were flying around. Unbelievable what they're doing. So just to let you know that those pilots, those young men are underpaid and putting their life on the line. Just to let all of you know, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, this helmet here is from Kino's uncle that he went to Vietnam in 67 to 70. This is his helmet, and we have it here, and we're going to be wearing it throughout the whole show today to remind you that the United States are unbelievable. The armed forces are unbelievable. What they have there is unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, I want all of you to know that if you feel uncomfortable watching this show, no problem. Recoge tu motete y arranca para casa el carajo. Recoge tu motete y vete. Okay, this is for real, ladies and gentlemen. Because the same way I can talk about, of the United States Armed Forces, I can also tell you about what's happening with the government too. And today I'm going to give you that, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by telling you this, ladies and gentlemen. Gold. I said it wrong. Precious metal is going all the way to a different level galaxy. A different level galaxy, ladies and gentlemen. A different level galaxy. Saludo, papá, saludo. This is going to a different level galaxy. If tomorrow morning you wake up, ladies and gentlemen, and you see gold, and you see gold, and you see silver, gold and silver at $5,700, and you see silver, allegedly, you see silver at $1.50, don't thank me. Don't thank me, ladies and gentlemen. Do not thank me. And everything that I'm saying is allegedly. Let me salute the owl. Let me salute the owl. We don't want no problems with them. Salute the owl, all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Salute the owl. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you this, what I'm about to tell you, this is going to go, wow, what's happening in the world, what's happening. But I'm going to give it to you, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? I am not going to take off this helmet throughout the whole show. It's on me. You know, it's on me on respect of those young pilots, just to let you know, young pilots. Young pilots. And let me just tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. Pennsylvania Avenue, ladies and gentlemen, he got Venezuela. You probably don't want to hear about this, and that's fine. Because I don't care what team you belong to, whether it's the red team or the blue team. It's the same shit with different metal. You know? The same shit. I don't care which one you like. Blue, red, blue. I don't care. But Pennsylvania Avenue, over there, Pennsylvania Avenue with Marquito, you know, pet. Marquito the pet. And Pennsylvania Avenue, they got down Venezuela. They got down Iran. And ladies and gentlemen, they're coming for Cuba Libre. Cuba Libre, just to let you know. Just to let you know. Just to let you know. But let's go back into precious metals. Porque ustedes son unos lambones, you know, palomos. And you need to hear this. This is going to bug you out, ladies and gentlemen. So you understand that the world is a whole big business. It's a real big business, ladies and gentlemen. I got to tell you, the big boss has plans for all of you. The big boss has plans for all of you, ladies and gentlemen. I got plans for all of you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable what I have for you guys. Get some jungle juice, you know, so I can talk to you better. You know, I need to get prepared. I have the helmet on. I got the helmet on, ladies and gentlemen. It's all over. And ladies and gentlemen, this is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I want you to know how this government operates. I'm going to scare all of you. I am. Because I'm stupid like that. Ladies and gentlemen, based from reports from late Friday, you know, late Friday, February to the early March the 1st of 2026, there was a massive, rapid influx of capital into the precious metals market. In particular, ladies and gentlemen, papi, aguanten, no sean sapo, no sean gonorrhea, don't be crumb bums, sandbags, window lickers, crayon eaters, tire kickers, you know what I'm saying? Sandbags, possum kickers, cow tippers. Listen and learn, ladies and gentlemen. The metals market of gold and silver as tensions escalated between the U.S. and Iran. Amount and timing approximately, listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to bug you out. This is, if you're smart, you will hear this. And as soon as I say this, you start giving me thumbs up. If you want to hear about inside trading, that word inside trading, you let me know if this is inside trading or not. I said, if you want to give me a thumbs up, you should do it already. Nah, porque son unos gilipollas. Son una gonorrea. Son una gonorrea. If you want to know what inside trading looks like, let me explain to you. But this is in a different level. You know, this is in a different level. As tensions escalated between the U.S. and Iran, amount and timing approximately $650 billion, 3 hours before they threw the first firecracker. So they say we gotta buy precious metal. And that means silver, gold, platinum, rhodium, palladium, whatever it was, they pumped in $650 billion. Papa. You guys don't know about that, man. You know why you guys don't know about that? Porque ustedes son unos lambones. And I have to wear the United States helmet to tell you all this. You know what I'm trying to say? So, you know, I just finished telling you, the armed forces is unbelievable, but Marquito the Pet and the Pennsylvania Avenue guy. You want to know what a business looks like? You want to know what a business looks like? Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, everything that I'm saying is allegedly. Allegedly. Let me salute the Bohemian Grove. Aguántame, Kino. Aguántame, Kino. You understand me? $650 billion. 3 hours before they threw the first firecracker. Let's pump in $650 billion. Not million, $650 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is crazy. You know, in value was to the precious metal market. Unbelievable! Unbelievable! Papi, did you hear that? It was added. You know? Esta gente son el diablo. Value was added to the precious metal market. And roughly in 3 hours, papi, es que esa gente, papi, look, they have this. You don't know about those horns. Those horns are powerful, papi. Those horns, this is a big business, papi. And they're sacrificing our lives because you don't know about that. They're sacrificing our lives. This is how they do it, papi. This is when the big money, they make the phone call. You know, over there, the Bohemian Grove, the Bilderbergers group. You know what I'm trying to say? You know, the Rothschilds, the 17 bloodlines. You don't know about that. You don't know about that. You don't know about the 17 bloodlines. Yo no puedo esperar eso. Yo no. Give me some more jungle juice because I'm going crazy. Salute the owl, ladies and gentlemen, before they throw a thunder lightning on us. Salute the owl. Salute the owl. Salute the owl. I'm not taking off the G.I. Joe helmet from Vietnam, 69 to 70. I'm not taking it off. 69 to 70, papa. You know, it's unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, you people won't believe, because I'm going to continue with this so you understand that this is a business. It's a big business. That guy from Pennsylvania Avenue, if he doesn't leave the White House when he finishes his term, papi, yo hablo parejo. I talk even. I talk even. Blue, red, red, blue, la misma mierda con diferente peste. Different smell. Different smell. If that guy from Pennsylvania Avenue doesn't leave, you know, Pennsylvania Avenue, he doesn't leave with 30 Bs, he didn't do nothing about it. He's going to leave with 30 Bs. 30 Bs. He's leaving with 30 Bs, papi. And he's doing it, and he's playing with everything that he can do that has Bs. He doesn't want to hear the word M. He doesn't want to hear the word million. He doesn't want to hear none of that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. He only wants to hear the word B. If it has a B, we can talk about it. Lots of Bs. Like 600 unbelievable and $50 billion. Preceding the escalation conflict. Gold surge. Gold prices rose by a 1.35%, adding approximately $470 billion into the gold market. Pure gold. Pumping gold to you lambones. You don't know about this. I've been trying to tell you, get on the train. Get on the funk train. Get on the funk train. Because when you wake up probably tomorrow and you see it as allegedly, I'm not saying that's what it is. But let me make you feel more comfortable then. You know what the troy ounce price of gold is today? Does anybody know what the troy ounce price of gold today is? Don't ask me how I know. I know we got people all over the world, over there, over down there, down under, over there. You know what I'm saying? We have them all over the place. Well, para ustedes, Rolamboni, the troy ounce price of gold today is at $5,370 a troy ounce. How you like them apples? 53.70, Papi, and going all the way up. I told you it was going to go to $6,000, and I told you that Pennsylvania Avenue has something under his sleeves. But you guys wouldn't listen to me. And that's fine. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what silver is at, Papi? Silver? You know what silver is at? You ready for silver, Papa? Silver is at $96 a troy ounce, Papi. $96 a troy ounce. And like they said, let's just pump 650 billion. We're going to knock out those people over there from Iran. We're going to get them out. The Halamutumani, that guy Halamutumani. What's the name of that guy over there? From Iran. The guy that wears that thing, the bet sheet in his head. He's unbelievable. That guy, I think he's dead. So these people are making money up the yin. All of them are making money, Papi. He dead. You see, he dead. So now it was a smooth deal. You're gonna tell me that wasn't, ladies and gentlemen, was that called inside trading somewhere? Papi, this is not millions. They're not talking about millions of dollars. When you guys were scratching your rear ends and you were picking on your nose, you know what I'm saying? Those people were talking about billions. They're not talking about that lady over there, the one from Minnesota, that she was worth $100 and suddenly she was worth 30 million. Not these guys. These guys are playing in a different level, Papi. This is like, like the Lufthansa heist. You remember the Lufthansa heist in the movie with Jimmy Conway and Henry Hill? You know what I'm trying to say? You remember the Lufthansa heist? You know what I'm trying to say? And they were gonna picar, picar el bizcocho. They were gonna cut the cake between all of them. This is with these people, the owners of the world, the Bilderbergers, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. You know what I'm saying? The Bohemian Grove. The 17 bloodlines, the Vatican. Everybody gets a piece of that one, Papa. Everybody. Eso es ganar billete así, brum, 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 and they're sacrificing all of us. Sacrificing, and then a couple of Americans pass away, and then they give them a purple something. They gave them a purple one. They give them another purple this one, a triple purple. You know what I'm trying to say. Like Forrest Gump. All that kind of stuff. Yeah, I make it pretty for you. I make it silly for you guys. But I'm telling you the truth, what it is, because you guys don't want to see it. You guys got too much salt water in your eyes. You guys have been, walking with the masses, into the slaughterhouse, but not on this channel. We tell you like it is, Papi. Look at this, 30 organic watch channel subscribers and 16 thumbs up. It's an embarrassment, Papi. I shouldn't even be giving you this no more. I'm showing you things that you people need, Purple nurple. You know what I'm trying to say, Mr. Dodo? Help me out with the issue here, Help me out. It's incredible. If you see, Papi, solo big business. They sacrifice, what's the guy from over there from Iran? The big boss with the thing in his head. The Alatumani, that's his name? the Alatumeni. We're going to sacrifice the Alatumeni. We're going to liberal these people in Iran. The girls, the ladies, women don't have to walk no more with, things cover up. They can take it off already. They can walk the streets. They can go to the beach. They can do whatever they want. We're going to give them freedom. And we're going to do this operation. Los americanos son una jodienda. The Americans are unbelievable. They work like a charm. God bless to America. You know what I'm trying to say. Big Tower Boss. You know what I'm saying, Thurston Howell III? I say it like it is, ladies and gentlemen. People don't want to hear these kind of things, but it's the truth, Papi. It's the truth. As the U.S. and Iran situation escalates, it escalated. 3 hours before it escalated. It's escalating. Go ahead. Put everything on the dip. Put everything on the dip. No. Put $650 billion on silver and on gold, ladies and gentlemen. For approximately $470 billion to its market capital. Esto es una capitalization. Silver surge, sharper rise of 3.82, higher than gold. Did you understand that? Silver, gold, ladies and gentlemen. Es que esto es una jodienda, papi. Esto es una jodienda. Gold rose to 1.35%. Yeah, I know I'm getting, they're hitting me, papi. I can't. This is why I do this for free for you guys. And they're going to knock out my antenna because I'm dropping too much knowledge. But I'm going to say this quickly. The market capitalization, silver surge, silver experienced sharper rise of a 3.82, adding roughly $190 billion. Pumping in $190 billion to silver. Papi, en silver tiene un porcentaje exagerado. Gold has 1.35, and silver, ladies and gentlemen, almost has a 4%, at 3.82, adding roughly $190 billion to its market cap. Context. This safe haven buying spree was driven by the urgent real-time repricing of geopolitical risk. Son el diablo, no sean lambones. We are all slaves. We are all being sacrificed, like in the slaughterhouse. You understand me? You understand me what I'm trying to tell you? You know what I'm trying to say, Papi. You know what I'm trying to say. Gold is 34 trillion. Mr. Zoe, listen to what he's saying, Mr. Zoe, what he just wrote down, ladies and gentlemen. I told you all this because you need to know about this. Geopolitical risk following coordinated, listen to this. Geopolitical risk. Thurston Howell III, listen to this. Geopolitical risk following coordinated U.S.-Israel military actions in Iran. Man, this is market impact analysis. Characterize this as a staging move where investors move capital out of traditional risk assets. Papi, esto es así, papi. Esto es así. Esto es grande, guys. You know what's happening? So I'm telling you, if Monday morning you get up and you see gold at $5,700 a troy ounce, and you see silver at $150, $150 a troy ounce, don't get scared, papi. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. They know what they're doing. They've been trying to distract you with different things, with all these different things. y todos se están llenando la cabeza. They're all filling up. It's time for them. You got to pay back. You got to pay back that last name, the last name that, they cover both sides of the war. They never lose. The Rothschilds don't lose. If they cover Iran, or if they cover Israel, or they cover the United States, they never lose, papi. They're not like us. Lean back. Lean back. They're not like us all the way up. You don't know about that, papi. You don't know about that kind of stuff. La situación is all an illusion. It's like the Truman Show. I've been telling you about the Truman Show for the last month, ladies and gentlemen. And you know how these SOBs are? They're saying that guy, Jim Carrey has been replaced like the Truman Show. Just to let you know what's going on. You don't know about that either. You don't know about that because you don't know about these kind of things. But that's how it is, ladies and gentlemen. So we have to keep on telling you all these things. Pennsylvania Avenue already liberated Venezuela, again, liberated Iran, and now they're going for Cuba Libre. Cuba Libre. Cuba. Papi, regardless of what it is, it hasn't been, listen to me, I don't care what team you are in. But this guy from Pennsylvania Avenue, or Marquito, Pet Marquito, what they're doing is, I don't know. I'm just trying to tell all of you something. Wake up and smell roses, because estamos virados a ver. Ellos están acabando con nosotros. They're sacrificing us. They don't care. They'll sacrifice your son. They'll sacrifice your grandson. They'll sacrifice your great-great-grandson, It's like that, ¿verdad? El nieto del otro abuelo, ¿verdad? Así, ¿verdad? Se dice. Bisnieto, el bisnieto, And those people are making a ton of money, ladies and gentlemen. I just want you to know that. Be careful if you are thinking of scratching your head too much because you don't know what's happening. Will go. I gave you a big lead. Those people, and it's gonna be quick. You're gonna make money quick. Bang, bang, bang. Get out. Get out. Get out. Make the money and run. I'm not here trying to tell you what to do. I'm not here giving you any kind of advice. I'm just showing you, Baba. If you wake up tomorrow morning and you see it at $5,900, if you see it at $6,000, don't get scared. We told you. We told you. And ladies and gentlemen, I told you today, the troy ounce of gold is at $5,370 and going all the way up to the moon, ladies and gentlemen. It's going all the way to the moon. You don't have to wait until tomorrow morning. You go to Australia, you go over there to Tokyo, you go to those places, you see what's going on, papi. Estamos virados al revés. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to tell you, but that guy from Pennsylvania Avenue, he's making some unbelievable business deals around the world. That's all I got to say. I'm saluting the owl. I'm saluting the owl. Everything that I'm saying is allegedly, allegedly everything. Everything is allegedly, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you because you guys need to know about this subject. La situación está virada. We are upside down, ladies and gentlemen. And we must try to follow these people. They're making the big money. Because, papi, $650 billion, 3 hours. Mr. Donald, is that considered inside trading? That you say, hey, listen, before the fireworks begin, let's pump in $650 billion on precious metals. They don't even call it gold. They call it precious metal. So you guys won't, it's like, you guys won't see too much. You think, but it's just basically gold and silver. It's gold and silver. It's basically gold and silver. Are you guys hearing me, or are we getting thunder lightnings? Because if not, I'll change quickly. I'll change quickly. It's common sense. Okay. Yeah, So it's something that's very, very crazy. When I saw that, I was telling a friend of mine, I said, bro, these people are gonna, thank you, Thurston. Thunder lightning, okay, 30 West, thank you for that one too. When I saw like I told you, it was, late Friday, late Friday. Yeah, I believe it was the 28th, right? The 28th of, I don't know, the 27th. I don't know what it was, 27th, 28th, you know what I'm trying to say. And things were going like that. And then 3 hours before, the bang, the kaboom, the kaboom, 3 hours before the kaboom, hey, papi, you know, metele, put in there $650 billion. Man, that's very close to $1 trillion, man. And they're all there. You got BlackRock, you got Vanguard, you got State Street. You know what I'm trying to say? You got Blackstone. They're all there, ladies and gentlemen. They're all there. All of them are in there. All of them, all of them. Everybody's getting greased up. Everybody's getting greased up. Everybody's happy. Then you have family members. They're sad. You know what I'm trying to say, Thurston. You know what I'm trying to say. They're all family members. They're sad because they lost a son. They lost an airline, a pilot, a United States Air Force pilot, and they come over there and they do that whole ceremony with the purple things they put on their jacket, and all this mumbo jumbo, and that's how they see it. 4 or 5 or 20 of them have to leave in order for us to, finish our, allegedly to finish our $650 billion, business deal. Papi, it works like a charm. Papi, no seas lambón. Vete a lavarte la bolsa de huevo. Usted es un lambón. And you're still here. You know why? Because you don't respect yourself. That's why you're still here. Porque tú eres un lambón. This man es un lambón. You got me now? Look at my helmet, Papa. You like my helmet? You understand that? You like my helmet? You like this channel. You come back so I can give you this deep. I give it you deep all day, every day, and you like it. And I keep you there. I'm going to keep you there. I'm going to keep you there like a little, like a little pet. I'm going to keep you there. How you like them apples? ¿Tú entiendes? Y eso es lo que hay, papá. Eso es lo que hay. La situación está jodida, muchacho. Be smart. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to tell you something. I want to tell all of you something. Now you're telling me entertaining. Tú eres un lambón. He's telling me now that I'm entertaining. Tú lo que eres un lambón. I'm going to entertain you now a little more, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have to you always about a gentleman who I call in a sweet way, Eugene, a.k.a. Jacob McChicken. Eugene, a.k.a. Jacob McChicken, the SEC shut him down for a reason. They shut him down, shut him down. And ladies and gentlemen, he got into a big situation with another watch dealer. Unbelievable. Another watch dealer, unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, you need to hear this so you understand what's going on. Eugene, a.k.a. Jacob McChicken, was hired. He hired another gentleman, another watch dealer. I don't know what he is. They call this guy Nicky Watches. They call him Nicky Watches. And he was supposed to do 3 live streams. Nicky Watches was supposed to do 3 live streams for Eugene, a.k.a. Jacob McChicken. The SEC shut you down. And ladies and gentlemen, let me salute him. Salute the owl, ladies and gentlemen. Salute the owl. Salute the owl. Put owls. Put owls up there in the comments. Put owls. Put a lot of owls on there, please. Help me out. You need to put owls. You know what I'm trying to say? You got to put the owl. Salute the owl. Salute the owl. All of you, don't leave us alone. If you salute the owl, salute the owl. You got to salute the owl. You got to salute the owl. Blow it up with the owl. Blow it up with the owl. So, ladies and gentlemen, salute the owl. Salute the owl. So Eugene, aka Jacob McChicken, he's in this, stock penny, stock penny, that stuff. So he hires that guy, watch Nicky, watch Nicky, and he tells him you're gonna do me 3 lives, and you're gonna talk about, stock pennies and all that stuff, and you BS the people, you tell them this, you tell them that. I'm gonna pay you, $300 per live stream. He tells that guy, Nicky Watch. You know who Nicky Watch is? Nicky Watch, ladies and gentlemen. Nicky Watch. But ladies and gentlemen, you're thinking, why are you saying that? Hold on, I'm going to tell you what happens when you deal with people which are shady characters and they have been shut down by the SEC, not only in the States, but also over there, in Toronto. Over there in Toronto, he was shut down too. He was shut down. And ladies and gentlemen, he was shut down. He was shut down. He was shut down completely. And ladies and gentlemen, the person that he was supposed to pay $200 or $300 per live stream, he didn't pay him, and they went at it. Nicky Watch versus Eugene, aka Jacob McChicken, the SEC shut you down. But ladies and gentlemen, this is where it gets nasty. So you understand there's a gentleman that will be in his show and his live streams named Prince Ali. Since I gave him the warning, he has never been seen again. But today, when you hear this today, Prince Ali, this is going to blow your hair back and knock your socks off, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to believe what Eugene, a.k.a. Jacob McChicken, did, ladies and gentlemen. He called up, Nicky Watch. He called Nicky Watch's mother. He called Nicky Watch's father, Nicky Watch's grandfather, Nicky Watch's sister, cousin, best friend. He called them up. Eugene, aka Jacob McChicken, the SEC shut you down, and you call all those family members. You're not going to believe this, ladies and gentlemen. How dare you buy one of those old dusty looking watches that he's selling, ladies and gentlemen. This guy has called all his family members. He's called Nicky Watch's family members. Nicky Watch's family members, the Vagrant Walker, the Buffalo Park, Las Vegas, flashing Vagrant Walker has called his family, ladies and gentlemen. El tipo es una gonorrea. I'm here to defend. I'm here to defend Nicky Watch. Nicky Watch. Listen to me, Nicky Watch. I'm going to tell you this, Nicky Watch, because you're a good guy. Forget about the $300 episode that this cockroach, this rata, Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to soar with the eagles, or do you want to continue crawling with rats? Because that Eugene, a.k.a. Jacob McChicken, is a rat of 4 legs, It's unbelievable. Calling Nicky Watch's mother, to tell him what he's going to do to his son. He's unbelievable. This is like a 75-year-old man. He has rotten teeth. They're yellow. They're like booger yellow teeth. You ever heard of booger yellow teeth? Eugene, a.k.a. Jacob McChicken, has booger yellow teeth. Disgusting. If a woman kisses this man's mouth, se meta lesbiana. I'm telling you, Soleil, I'm telling you this, Nicky Watch, forget about the money and move on. This guy is a malignant psychopath, narcissist. You can't play with those people. Those people are very, very ill. Those people, moco amarillo, pai, moco amarillo, Nelson, yellow boogers. That's how his teeth look. Not yellow. We could have yellow. I have yellow. This is yellow boogers. Hasn't been to a dentist in 40 years. Do you know what I'm trying to say? These people son gente mala. When you call your mother, you call the mother up. Hey, mother, I'm Eugene, a.k.a. Jacob McChicken. The SEC shut me down. That's correct. But your son is doing to me. You need to go to Nicky Watch's channel. You need to go to Nikki Watch's channel so you can see what they have there. Prince Ali, go to Nikki Watch's channel. I mean, what they're going through is a kaboom. I haven't seen something like that in my life. I mean, Nikki Watch reached out to Sweet Kid Kino. Allegedly he reached out to Sweet Kid Kino to tell him all that, to please let the big boss know about this subject so he can voice it out. And yes, sir, Nikki Watches, I'm here to to defend you, because when I heard what this person was doing to your family member, coño, you gotta go to Nikki Watch's channel so you can read everything they have there. You know, Eh, 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 let me tell you, this guy is una gonorrea. Es una gonorrea. This guy is selling watches to people. He doesn't even show his face. But that guy, Nikki Watches, finished them off. Nikki Watches has finished them off. Finished them off. I mean, I haven't seen something like this fight. You got rotten teeth, mouth, podrido, booger yellow teeth, and Nikki Watches going at it. You need to go see, Nikki Watches channel so you can see this fight among these two heavyweights. These are powerful, watch, dealers. They're going at it. Powerful watch dealers, and you need to see this so you understand what's going on. So you understand what's going on. Bobby, this is the #1 watch market update, update show in the world, chosen by no other than Fulingi. Also by Saks Goldman. We've been chosen as the #1. We've been cherry picked as the #1, ladies and gentlemen. We do it for you in a sweet way, in a funny way, to make you relax. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, everything that I'm telling you, man, Nikki Watch, you know what it is? Getting a phone call and saying, "Are you the mother of Nikki Watch?" And yeah, man. It says, "I'm Eugene, aka Jacob McChicken." You understand me? And that's an awful thing, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what happens when you put yourself out there to work with these people. You don't work with nobody. People ask me, when you gonna make a collab? When you gonna come in this show? When you gonna come in that show? I don't come in no show. I got here my sidekick, Sweet Kid Kino, is right here with me. He's unbelievable. He's the brains of the channel. I'm the voice. This is the channel. He's the owner of this channel. I'm just the voice, ladies and gentlemen. But Nikki Watches, he wanted to make a couple of extra dollars. But this guy's un lambón, papi. Es un pasmao. Ese tipo está bruja, brother. Bruja. You know what bruja is? Bruja. Está bruja. If you don't know what bruja is, you Google it. You Google it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing this because I'm telling you again, he reached out, to Sweet Kid Kino, and he told Kino, hey, please let the big boss know to please, go out there and help me out with this issue with con la gonorrea. He's an ugly looking man to look at, and it's an embarrassment to hear that you guys are maintaining this guy's lifestyle, because you guys are giving this guy membership, super chats, and all that, And what does he give you? He gives you this, He gives you a hidden face, because he's too ugly to show you his face. So he covers it, ladies and gentlemen. Just to let you know what's going on, this is on behalf of Nikki Watch. Go see his channel so you can see everything that's there. When you see, listen to me, Nikki watches what he said. He said that this guy has 12 alias names. 12, papi. 12 alias names, just to let you know. Okay? And that's on behalf of Nikki Watch. You do whatever you want. You can still keep on maintaining Eugene, a.k.a. Jacob McChicken. You want to continue buying his membership, and he doesn't give you nothing, and us, we don't even get. It's so difficult for you guys to give us a thumbs up, Pero que se joda, just to let you know. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go to another subject here. Those two Jehovah Witness brothers, they're watch dealers out of the Lone Star State. Over there, the Lone Star State, they're two Jehovah Witness brothers. The two of them, unbelievable. They're fast talkers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they have said that the two Jehovah Witness brothers have thrown in the towel. So if any of you have purchased any watches from those people over there, no, it's not Big Pun and Heavy D. These are the two Jehovah Witness brothers. The two Jehovah Witness brothers are a little heavy, a little heavy, and the two Jehovah Witness brothers are skinny. Big Pun and Heavy D are a little heavy, and the two Jehovah Witness brothers are so más flaco. They're skinnier. So if you do any business with them, the two Jehovah Witness has thrown in the towel. They're not in. That's it. You know why they're throwing the towel, papi? Porque jodieron un cojón de gente because they fraud. They fraud many of you people out there. Zodi, thank you very much for that super thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. You don't understand how that makes me feel. It makes me feel like, you guys really appreciate the channel, appreciate Sweet Kikino, appreciate all of us, So thank you very much. Let me give you a sweetheart here for you. I'm going to give you a sweetheart. I'm going to give you a nice like. And again, thank you very much, Sodi, for that, wonderful thank you chat. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The two Jehovah Witness brothers out of the Lone Star State have called it. That's what they say. Everything that I say here is allegedly. 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 They call it quits. Allegedly. And the other guy too, I want you also to know something else, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a big fan of the gentleman with the olive oil voice. The gentleman that has the olive oil voice. Morgan Andrew. Morgan Andrew. This guy is unbelievable. But ladies and gentlemen, he has realized that you cannot continue BSing people, because the situation in the watch industry is dead. No matter what they keep on, it's dead. It's dead. You only have a handful, man, of watches that are still being, they have meat left in the bone. But the rest of them, papi, the party is over, papi. You guys don't want to hear that because you guys are dreamers. Son pajeros. Son pajeros mental. El negocio de los relojes se terminó, se jodió ya, papi. Ya eso no existe. So, I'm letting you know what's going on. I told you already that things are bad. So that guy, Morgan Andrew, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to say, how to say it no more, because all of them already are backtracking already on the watch industry. No matter how many free watches they give him, if they give him a Pozar, if they give him a Bulova, a Seiko, la situación está jodida, papi. La situación. No more views, and the platform is not giving people too much money. Esto se jodió, papi. Esto se jodió. You guys want to continue thinking that the watch industry is still running, and it's not, papi. Esto está jodido, papi. Listen to me. There's a watch show coming here. This month is coming a big watch show to the Miami Beach Center. Miami Beach Center over there, the beach. And ladies and gentlemen, they're giving free tickets to everybody. Free tickets. Because nobody gives a shit no more about what's happening with watches. They don't care. If it ain't retail or below retail or 15, 20, 10 cents to the dollar, they don't care. No le importa. You guys, no sean lambones. No sean lambones. Let me tell you something. I am addicted to watches. I love to see a nice timepiece on my wrist. I get happy, pero no soy pendejo. Sé la realidad. Ya esto se terminó, papi. Ya esto se terminó. Ya lo jodieron. Papi, there's no free money no more. No free government money. You saw where the free government money went. The $650 billion over there for all of them. $650 billion. You're talking about that lady, the lady over there. She's in Congress. She's like 97 years old. And they said that she got inside trading and she got like $400 million. These people ain't paying. They're not playing with $400 billion. These people playing with $650 billion, Son unos monstruos, papi. Son unos monstruos. Ustedes no quieren entender esto. Pero es la realidad, muchachos, la realidad. I want to thank Mr. Booth 1911 for that. Thank you, chat. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I also want to take the time to tell all of you something, because I must tell you this. All of you that cooperate with this channel, you cooperate because you want to cooperate. I want all of you to hear me out. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are going to send 50 cents, $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever it is, and you're doing it, please, that's fine. But if you're doing it and you really can't do it, and then you decide not to do it, the people on the platform, they see that. They see that, you gave 50 cents, and then an hour later, you pull out and you don't want to give the 50 cents. Don't do that, because you're marking yourself. Not me. You're marking yourself with them over there. Them over there. They're watching you. If you put there a dollar, they expect you to put that dollar. And if one day you take it out, they let it slide. They let it slide. 2 days, they slide again. On the third one, yeah, you're marked. So don't do that to yourself, because you're going to mark yourself. Don't tell nobody I told you that. I'm telling you so you don't slip and fall. And you don't fall off the edge. This is the only channel that's going to tell you this. So don't go around there posting that you're giving $1,000, $100, $50, and then you're not going to do it. They're going to mark you, papi. They're going to mark you, and you're going to be, I'm telling you what it is, just to let you all know, okay? I hope you guys understood that. I'm going to give you guys a watch market update, because this is what you guys deserve, and I'm going to give it to you. I hope you understood everything I said. I want to thank all of you in advance for being today in this live stream with me. I want to thank all of you. No sean lambones. Don't let these people flim-flam you. Don't let these hoodwinks and hucksters, fleece you. I'm here to watch you guys. I said it wrong. Sweet is always watching for you people. He's watching for you people. Our first watch, ladies and gentlemen, is a Patek Philippe Calatrava. Patek Philippe Calatrava. You're very welcome, 30 West. I know you understand what I'm trying to say. People might be thinking, what is Juan saying? No, I'm telling you the truth, Papi. I'm telling you the truth is what it is. They won't tell you that, but I will. So you don't fall into that trap. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, the Patek Philippe Calatrava, rose gold leather strap. Calatrava, the annual calendar, the 5035. The 5035. Sir, this is the 5035. It has, like I said again, rose gold with a leather strap, beautiful watch. It's in the millennium, in the year millennium, 2000, somewhere around there. 5035, 37 millimeter. And ladies and gentlemen, people out there asking for this watch, $27,000. $27,000. Well, let me tell you what price I'm going to give you, because I'm stupid like that. Don't pay for that watch, sir. You really want this watch, sir, because you told me you really want it. Don't pay for that watch. You're probably going to go, wow, that's incredible. How can that be? Well, here it goes. Don't pay for that beautiful Calatrava rose gold leather strap. Annual calendar. Don't pay more than $18,200. And there it is. That's one for you, sir. It's all for you, sir. For you, because you deserve it. Porque tú eres un lambón y un palomo. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch, ladies and gentlemen, it's an AP Royal Oak stainless steel with a black dial, 41 millimeter, reference number 15400. Stainless steel with a black stallion dial, ladies and gentlemen. The 15400, collector's choice, collector's grade, collector's dream, collector's unit. The words you guys want to hear. The words you guys want to hear, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to help you guys out. And they're asking for that watch. These people están locos. Están locos. No sean lambones. No sean gilipollas. No sean lambones. And ladies and gentlemen, you're talking about, we entered the season. We entered the season of discontinued watches, which is a big sketch. I love collector's choice. That's right, Mr. Wicked. I'm telling you, listen, this is the month they get you. March and April, papi, prepárate que they're going to wax your sinus congestion. all the way in, deeply, deeply. And I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that 41. That 41 millimeter, ladies and gentlemen. 15,400. You know? Exactly, Mr. Donut. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. But don't pay for that watch. And if it's naked, you know, yeah. No more pigs this Christmas. No more pigs. No more pigs, ladies and gentlemen. No more pigs this Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. No more pigs. Don't pay for that 15,400 Black Stallion dial. Don't pay for it more than $27,800. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have something here in this channel that we are, we have a challenge. Like the ice bucket water challenge in 2014. We have a challenge in this channel, and it's called the No Spending Challenge of 2026. No spending money. No spending money challenge of 2026. The No Spending Challenge of 2026. No more spending, money challenge of 2026. Smart money, ladies and gentlemen. Smart money, ladies and gentlemen, is staying away from luxury goods. Smart money is flying more than ever. Smart money is going on vacation trips to safaris. Wow, lions, giraffes, gorillas, and all that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they're doing, with smart money. They're investing in things and knowledge, you understand me? Try to understand what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen. So be smart. No spending money challenge of 2026. Smart money is staying away from luxury goods. That's what I got to tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a watch for you guys. Because these people son uno descarado. This is, when you hear this, you're going to go, wow. This is another Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Yellow Gold. This is the 4100BA. Automatic, not quartz, automatic, AP Royal Oak, Yellow Gold, 4100, the letters BA. When you hear BA, you run to the hills. You run to the hills. You run to the hills, ladies and gentlemen. You run to the hills. When you hear the letters BA, you run to the hills. Corran como prostituta. Like zitches on wheels. Like zitches on wheels, you run to the hills. With lipstick. Unbelievable. You run to the hills. The 4100 BA, it's automatic. This watch is from 1983. Check this out, from 1983. Some people say it's a 34 millimeter. Some people say it's a 36 millimeter. Probably they're using the crown. What it is. But I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, sir, don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want, and it's going to be very hard for you to find this watch on a full set. Very, very hard. But if you do get it, don't pay more than $27,800. You do whatever you want. It's your money, papi. I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you. Have you given me any kind of any love? No. But I'm going to give you love for free because that's how I am. You haven't given me any love, but I'm going to give it to you because you took the time to send me an email with all these watches. And I took the time to give you these prices on these watches. Lambón y Palomo. You got it? Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Rolex. Stainless steel Sea Dweller. Date. Black dial, black ceramic bezel. Reference number 126600. With a 43 millimeter, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you the retail price of that watch is $14,550. This is a nice watch, almost new, slider, use slider condition material, use slider condition material watches in this channel. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay. Wow, Wicked. You're on fire, Bobby. Good for you, Wicked. That makes me happy, Wicked. That makes me very, very happy, Wicked. Wicked said $11,000. Mr. Donut said $10,500. And I'm going to tell all of you, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm stupid like that, don't pay for that watch more than $10,000. Don't pay more than $10,600. You do whatever you want, okay? You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. I mean, you do whatever you want. Look at that. I told you I was going to wear in honor of the United States Armed Forces and Air Force and all that, Army, Navy, you know, all that good stuff. You know, I'm going to wear this. And ladies and gentlemen, our next watch, you're not going to believe this. It's a Rolex Daytona black dial with diamond markers. Listen to this watch, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this watch. You know, it's an unbelievable watch. I want you to listen to this carefully so you understand where the watch industry is going, where it's heading to. No puede joder la gente más, papi. This is a Rolex Daytona. This is a Rolex Daytona, white gold with a diamond black dial, diamond markers, you know, diamond little markers. You know, una pendeja, you know, little diamond, you know. Doesn't cost nothing for Rolex to do that, you know. But it has a black diamond dial with hour markers, you know. And ladies and gentlemen, check this out. This is not the old 116 reference. This is the new reference. Listen to this, Mr. Donut. This is the new reference, the 126509, 40 millimeter. This watch, por lambones, porque ustedes son lambones. This watch has a retail price. Listen and learn. Listen and learn. This watch has a retail price of $58,500. $58,500. White gold, black dial, hour markers, and diamonds. You know, diamond hour markers. And I'm going to tell all of you, so you guys don't make a mistake, don't pay for that watch more. Does anybody know? $64,000. You will pay $64,000 for that watch, huh? Wow. He will pay $64,000 for that watch. $64,000, huh? Okay. Anybody want to tell me one more price? You want to tell me? Those diamond markers están full. Coño. David, man. Coño. David and Wicked again, ladies and gentlemen. David. Is it David? Yeah, David. David, random guess 49. Okay. But you know, your guess is there. And Wicked is even there too. Don't pay for that watch, ladies and gentlemen, more than $47,800. That is a new reference, papi. Watch my kid dead. You know why? Let me stop there for a second, ladies and gentlemen. All these Rolex AD dealers, they have watches there, in particular ones with diamond hour markers that they can't push, they can't sell, because people want clean, you know? They want it clean. They don't want to see no stones, nada de eso. What they're doing is, you tell me, you buy me a package, you buy me this watch, this watch, this watch, this watch, and this one I give you a 30%. I give you a 25%, take it. You know? And they're getting these watches at a discount already coming out of the back door. You don't know about this kind of stuff, papi. They're getting it at the back door. This is the only channel, the first channel ever that learned. They put the word out there for all of you because the watch dealers sell through the back door. Nobody didn't know about that. I've been saying that for 4 years, ladies and gentlemen. And if I'm lying, somebody put up there that I'm lying. I want to see that. Tell me that I'm lying in my face. I was the first to tell you these people are all getting greased up through the back door. You know, you take this watch, you take the Land Dweller, you take the Land Dweller 36 millimeter, you take this Daytona, and I'm going to give you a 30% on that Daytona. So this is why they can sell that watch at that price. You understand? A $58,000 time machine. $58,500. You understand me, Alberto? You understand me? You know, that's how it's done. You're asking yourself, well, how can they get those watches? No sean lambone. I'm teaching you for free. I'm teaching you for free how it's done. It's done through the back door. The back door. I'm taking a flight tomorrow morning somewhere to the Caribbean. I'll be over there. How many watches you got for me? I got for you 10 watches. 10 dogs with fleas. And a couple of winners. I got 10 dogs with fleas and a couple of winners. You know what I'm saying? And no tax. No nothing, papi. They get over there. Cash is king. You know, cash is king. Pa, or they do this. Bang, 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 bang. Why, and that's it. And that's it. And then the boxes, they throw them in the garbage over there. They throw the boxes in the garbage over there. And then they put a couple of watches under there en el joyete, en el culingo. You know culingo? You know what culingo is? You Google it. You Google it. You understand me? You Google it. Because I'm the only one that tells you the truth. You know what it is? 39 organic watch channel subscribers and only 28 thumbs up. Coño, eso es un embarrassment. I keep on telling you this, ladies and gentlemen. I keep on telling you this is how it's done. Through the back door. Through the back door, you know, they wax up your sinus congestion. And you pay. And that's how you give discounts. Papi, people are getting discounts on any dog with flea watch at this moment. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. Okay? Just to let you know. I'm going to keep on giving you examples, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this. Eso es así, pai. Alberto, te quiero mucho. Chiribamo. Te quiero, uno de los míos. Forza Italia. Forza Azule. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch. This is a Rolex stainless steel Oyster bracelet. Brand new. From 2026. February. You know, a couple of days ago. February. A day ago. Yesterday. February, ladies and gentlemen. A Sky Dweller, brand new with a blue dial. You know, reference number 336934. 42 millimeter. Year 2026. Don't pay for that watch because it's brand new. So if they're offering you a brand new one, you know what to pay. Esto es lo que hay, papi. You ready for this? 2026. Not a Jubilee bracelet. An Oyster bracelet with a blue dial. That watch at one moment was one of the hottest watches you can have in your wrist. Was one of the hottest watches. Keep in, guys, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind, this is a brand new one, 2026, new reference number. Keep in mind, if it was an older model, you know, 2019, you know, 18, then you say for that watch, I'll tell you right off the bat, don't pay for that watch more than $17,800 with a blue dial. With a blue dial. But this is the new one, new reference, you know, the whole hoopla. And I'm going to tell you because I'm stupid like that, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch more than $20,000. Wow, $500. Who said that? Rolex watch collector said exactly what I said. Ding, 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 ding. Rolex watch collector le metió el dedo all the way. Rolex watch collector, papi, lo jodió. Rolex watch collector le metió en la cabeza. Don't pay more than 25, and if you can pay 20, pay 20. Rolex collector, bravo, papá. Oño, let me put my visor down. Let me put my visor down. This is for you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on fire today. Ladies and gentlemen, I have another watch for you that you guys need to be careful with. You know, you have a lot of rappers out there. Rappers, you know, the rappers, you know, I don't know, Eminem, you know, Big Daddy, you know, LL Cool J, Ghostface Killer, you know what I'm trying to say? Snoop Dogg, you know, Snoop Dogg. You know, you have all these people, ZJ or Jay-Z, whatever you call them, you know, Little Kim, you know, Little Kim. You know who Little Kim is, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know what happened to Little Kim's body. I mean, have you seen Little Kim, what she looks like? It's unbelievable, you know? I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. I'm just telling you that these rappers love this watch. We're talking about probably one of the most expensive watches that this the big rock Little Kim used to. Unbelievable, Little Kim. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey guys, have you seen Madonna's body? What does she put in her back? And you know, because those legs don't belong to that table. You know, Madonna has her legs, but the legs do not fit on that table that she has back there. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Legs, table. Ustedes son lambones. You guys don't know about that, you know? But Madonna has something back there. I don't know what it is. But I think it's tire pressure, you know? I don't know. Fix a tire, you know? You know? It's unbelievable. Madonna, you know? But let's go back to this watch, ladies and gentlemen. The Cartier Santos, you know, skeleton, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. Help me out, guys. You know what I'm trying to say. People don't know about that. Esa pata no van en esa mesa. Those legs don't belong to that table, dining room table. They don't belong to that table. You heard it first here again. You heard it first here again. Ella está enferma. Salud, Thurston. Te quiero mucho, papi. The king, ladies and gentlemen. The king. He's my sponsor. The Cartier Santos, ladies and gentlemen. You know, skeletonized. The large size. Fully rose gold. Inside the dial is skeleton, you know, with sticks all over the place. The Santos Cartier, you know, sticks everywhere, you know, rose gold. It's unbelievable. When I tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, 39.8 millimeter casing, a 40 millimeter casing. You know, the skeleton, Mr. Donut. You know, rose gold. Ladies and gentlemen, when you hear the retail price of this, it's a monster price. It's $77,000 plus your Uncle Sam's taxes, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I already told you that second in command in pushing watches and selling watches, second in command, because first in command blew everybody out of the room, you know? Blew everybody. Rolex has sold $14 billion last year in 2025. Papi. They said 12, but they had to come clean and say, no, it's 14 billion. Don't pay no taxes. Don't give nobody no kind of answers. They don't answer to nobody, you know? Ellos son la mafia. La Rolex es la mafia, papi. Mira, the king. The king of watches. They don't answer to nobody, papi. The crown, papi, they don't answer to nobody. $14 billion. And second place was Cartier. Cartier, que no es nada, because Rolex has like around a 36% of the whole, you know, of the whole amount of sales of all those watches, dealers. Coño Randy, no, no así, coño Randy. Coño, Kino Randy, man. Randy. Coño, man. I don't have words. Thank you, Randy, for that unbelievable super chat among all of you out there, you know, because this super chat goes for everybody. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, man. Coño, Kino, te golpeado, coño, Randy, trove, coño, guys, let's give Randy, you know, all of you, let's give Randy a like, guys. I mean, that's the least we can do. This is on behalf of everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Coño, Randy, gracias, papi, coño. De verdad, you know, everybody give Randy a like, you know. Gracias, Randy, de corazón mío, de verdad, Randy. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much, Randy, for that wonderful thank you chat. Thank you very much, Randy. Muchas gracias. Coño, estoy golpeado. Unbelievable, man. Gracias, Randy. Gracias, papá. Gracias. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know about this Cartier Santos skeletonized large 39.8 millimeter rose gold. 77,000 is the retail price plus your Uncle Sam's taxes. And if you're looking to buy this watch because you're into, you know, hip hop and you like all that, you know, fancy stuff, you know, and you get it, please don't dress it up with diamonds. Don't dress it up with diamonds because it's going to become a 30 cents to $1 watch, you know? So don't do that to it. If you buy it, buy it. But buy it at this price that I'm going to tell you. Don't pay for that watch. And I mean, don't pay for that watch more. You ready for this? Mr. Dono dijo 36.54. Okay, go ahead, Thurston. Go ahead. Go ahead, Premium. One more. Here it goes. Okay, guys? You guys were all good. You guys were all fantastic. You guys were all on point. Don't pay for that watch more than $38,000 and dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants. You do whatever you want. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you about two watches that you guys need to know the truth about these watches. And the only one that's going to tell you the truth is me, because I'm stupid like that. We're going to be talking about, ladies and gentlemen, a Rolex Rose Gold. Reference number 127235. It has a 36 millimeter casing. Does anybody know what watch I'm talking about? One more time. Rolex Rose Gold. Reference number 127235, 36 millimeter. And it has a white. It has a white chicken coupe down. You know? White chicken coupe down. 36 millimeter. We're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, no other than the Land Dweller. We're talking about the Land Dweller, ladies and gentlemen. So you understand when I tell you that these people already, things are changing around. Things are changing around big, and you must know about this, ladies and gentlemen. The retail price of that watch is $47,000. $47,000 plus your Uncle Sam's taxes. Does anybody know? Please, anybody. I need two people to throw me serious numbers here on this watch model. What price am I going to tell you not to pay for that watch? What price? What price? 48,500. I got Randy, 36 millimeter, 37,000, 31,000. ¿Quién dijo? Randy dijo 48,500. Randy said 48,400, 43, 37. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you all know, and you're going to go, wow, it is what it is. Coño, man, where is this Rolex watch collector coming from, bro? Where's Rolex watch collector? Where's Rolex watch collector coming from, ladies and gentlemen? Because I'm going to show you. We're already finished with the show, so I'm going to show you something. So you can see what Rolex watch collector said. Ladies and gentlemen, Rolex watch collector 2 times today. 2 times today. Eso es una locura. This is to show you that what I'm telling you, and look what he puts down there. I think he put something there. Miami, papi. He's from Miami. He's from Miami. I don't know who Rolex watch collector is. He's from Miami. I told him, how did you get that number? Well, ladies and gentlemen, yo soy una jodienda, brother. Yo soy una jodienda. Pero más jodienda is Rolex watch collector. Because he didn't care. He put it out there so you guys can see it. He's laughing at all of us. He's laughing. He's even laughing at me. What says there? $47,500. Rolex watch collector. Go ahead, laugh now. Rolex Rose Gold Land Dweller. You see it? 36 millimeter. Papi, I get nervous when I see that. I get nervous. My respect to you, Rolex watch collector. 2, you hit it on the head 2 times. I don't know if he's a watch collector. I don't know if he's a watch dealer, but he told me this line on my face. I'm from Miami. Okay, that's one. Won't pay more than $47,500. No sean lambones, papi. Listen to Rolex watch collector. Rolex watch collector. I really want to see how good you are now for real. I really do. This is a Rolex Rose Gold Land Dweller. Rolex Rose Gold Land Dweller. Reference number 127335. 40 millimeter. I repeat, 127335. 40 millimeter with a white chicken coupe dial. White chicken coupe dial. Ladies and gentlemen, this watch has a retail price of $51,500 plus your Uncle Sam's taxes. Plus your Uncle Sam's taxes. So when you buy this watch and you're thinking, that you have a lot of meat left on the bone, think about it twice. You know, when your dealer calls you up to tell you, hey, I got a land dweller for you, rose gold with a white chicken coop down. Unbelievable, that kid. This kid, a Rolex watch collector. He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. I cannot say that this time he hit it on the head, but I wanna just say that you know, he's pretty close. He's pretty close, Randy. He's pretty close, Mr. Donut. He's pretty close, Mr. Thurston. You know, he's pretty close. I'm telling you, he's pretty close. I told you that the retail price is $51,500, and I'm going to tell all of you, plus your taxes, no sean pendejos and don't put your foot in your mouth and say, I want that watch. You want that watch if you're going to keep it for yourself, and if you like it and you love it. I like it and I love it too. You know, like if they will call me for that watch, I will go, coño, you know. This is the first thing I'm going to do. They're calling me for that watch. The retail price is $51,500. In the States, $51,500. I got to put there, wherever it depends where you're at. You know, Texas, 8.25. You know, Miami is 7%. You know, California, like 11%. I don't know. It's crazy, these numbers, you know. So you got to think about that. And then I'm telling you not to pay for this watch. Are you ready? Are you ready? What the price I'm going to tell you? I'm going to tell you, Bong, I wish I could tell you $40,000, but I can't tell you $40,000 because I'll be a liar and I don't know how to practice a lie. But I am going to tell all of you, this is our last watch market update of the evening. And I hope you guys have really, really learned something today. I'm going to tell all of you, and listen to this gentleman, watch collector, you know, Rolex watch collector. You know, he even has the word Rolex, so that he knows what he's talking about. He put a price there of he put 53,500. He put 53,500. No, brother, yo no puedo creer esto. You see it? What number does it say there? $54,500. $54,500. This gentleman, for all your information, I don't know who he is, but he knows what he's talking about. He put down a price of $53,500. So they call you for that watch, you know, you buy it, you look for it in the secondary grade watch market. Right, guys? Guys, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, all of you, you know, for being here. Really, today I've been touched in many ways. You know, in many ways I've been touched. I want to thank all of you. That's the main thing. All of you, every single one of you, for joining me in this live stream, for supporting this channel. Not only is, you know, you're supporting this channel, this is your channel. This is your channel. And I get happy when I'm able to help all of you. And, you know, I really do. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I'm very, today, I feel very, oye, Kino, ayúdame con la palabra, you know? I feel, you know, estoy bien, me siento bien. And I want to show you my love to all of you. Un abrazo a tutti. Gracias por todo. Thank you very much for everything. You guys are wonderful. Yeah, for supporting the channel. On behalf of me and Sweet Kikino, we want to just tell you thank you again, very, very much again for supporting the channel. All of you that were here, all of you. And thank you again one more time for the kind help on this channel. On behalf of me and Kino, like we say always, take care and brush your hair. Fuerza, US, you know, the United States of America. You know, and also to the country of Iran over there too, you know, a los hermanos de iraní. Un abrazo y un beso a todos. Gracias por todo. I don't even have words, ladies and gentlemen. Gracias por todo. Muchas gracias. Have a good night, all of you. I hope you guys learned something. I really. Hey, did you guys learn something? Did you guys enjoy the show? Just give me a thumbs up, you know, that's it, right? May God bless America. That's right, Papa. May God bless America. Los quiero mucho a todos. Los quiero mucho. Los quiero todo de gratis. De gratis. Like the helmet?